All right. Was this the group of Mexico? Panama? All right. Where Mexico back there? Who else? All right. Hopefully we have three each. Mexico, we're good. Puerto Rico. Was there a third who's here? Can't remember. Neither of the other? Okay. Gianni, what group are you in?
I'm just taking us
Yeah, what country are you? Philippines, okay. Was there who was your third?
It was Deshaun and Ava, but
Okay, not here. All right, so that's fine. As long as there's at least two, we're good. You all are good, Hawaii and Philippines. Okay, so Vincent, can you read the do now?
what were the consequences of the U.S. interventions in the year 1878 to 1917?
Okay, so what were the consequences of U.S. intervention in your country? The historical thinking skill that we're using here is close reading. The TCI covered each of the countries here. That's why there's books around the room. So what I want you to do, kind of think, pair, share with your group, is based off of the reading that you did, chapter 21, you can go to page 238. That's where the sections begin. Section 2 is on interventions in Latin America. Section 3 was for China, Philippines, and did we have a third? I think they put Hawaii in Asia in section 3. Section 2, you all should be looking in the textbook for what it says about Mexico, Panama, and Puerto Rico, and then we're going to discuss. So what I want you to do is just pull out two pieces of information from the close reading of your section of TCI, and then we're going to discuss those. All right? So again, I think section 2 is Latin America. I believe it starts on 238. Could I see? I just want to write the page for section 3. And then 3 is what page? There we go, 242. So section 3 for countries in Asia is go to page 242. So you're just kind of going to those few paragraphs, pulling out two pieces of information and sharing them and discussing with your group. Okay, so again, there's just a few paragraphs. You can look at the book as we discuss. Let's start in the middle, and then we'll go around. So, Rodrigo, could you share what were two pieces of information from the reading that kind of were the consequences, or what happened when the U.S. invaded Puerto Rico?
So first they started off good because they were like cleaned the waters, they made schools and places, but then they weren't recognized as U.S. citizens. They were recognized as nobody. So the Puerto Ricans, they felt like they were nobody because they weren't even citizens. And then when they became citizens, they couldn't even vote.
Hmm. And how did the U.S. acquire Puerto Rico? Do you remember?
When the Spanish American War.
Yeah, exactly. And that was called, this actually relates to, so as we're discussing the do now, we're also going to be touching on the check for understanding, because especially during the debate in Congress about what was called the Treaty of Paris, that was the treaty signed between Spain and the United States, where Spain lost the war and they ceded. So what are the countries or the land that the U.S. acquired?
Hawaii?
Puerto Rico. No, just from the Spanish-American War. Cuba. So Cuba and Puerto Rico. And it was a massive debate in the United States Senate. So let's actually step back. We're going to be able to refresh on the beginning of our class, first semester. What are the three branches of government? Legislative, right? Do we remember who votes on treaties? Or who has to vote on a declaration of war? Declaration of war is Congress, actually, both. But for treaties, there's one specific body, legislative body, either the Senate or the House of Representatives. No, it's the Senate. So the Senate votes on treaties, and the debate was massive. Trying to imagine something today. It would be like the debate to go to war with Iraq. I mean, it would be something major. And William Jennings Bryan, he ran for president, okay? So you should write this on your catalyst. William Jennings Bryan ran for president, and he was the Democratic Party nominee twice. And have some slides here about him. So he was like the Abraham Lincoln of the day, like literally. He was that respected. He became a congressman when he was just 30 years old in the 1890s, when there were major recessions.